Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 30th, 2021, and this is the live stream, the Tuesday live stream. Welcome. I hope you had a great day, a great evening, wherever you're at, and yeah, let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about a few things. I'm very excited for this live stream. First and foremost, let me triple check that Bitcoin as a proxy for the crypto. Okay, we're good. Just double checking. Okay. And now, given the recent events on the charts, right, in Bitcoin, in the markets, I want to do a general market update, okay? So today we're going to do a general market update followed by a few sort of deep dives into a few alts. We're going to look at VRA, we're going to look at Telcoin, we're going to look at, what's the other one I put on the thumbnail? Let's see. I said VRA, I said Tel, I also said... I don't recall. VRA Tel. We're going to have a look at ETH as well. Probably Link because we're trading Link. But I think I said VRA and Tel and one more. I can't really recall right now. In any case, hi everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. All right, first and foremost, Bitcoin. What the hell is it doing? I feel like once you start reading charts fluently, and obviously you're not going to be 100% right, but to a certain degree, you have an idea what it's doing. It's almost like a superpower. It's almost like you're cheating, right? And I listen, I watch other material, right? I consume pretty much, I have a digest of other analysts that I take in, that are on YouTube, that are off YouTube, in newsletters. And, there is such a thing as a fundamental analysis, but the idea that because Jerome Powell said that inflation was no longer transitory, so Bitcoin did this little move here, right? This little 4% move, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's just, very strange. I just can't understand how intelligent people, how do you trade like that? How do you invest like that? Like how, Conversely, we're learning these principles of Elliott wave theory, of Gann analysis, of pattern analysis, and we can consistently see that the market just has patterns, and we're able to read those patterns and interpret them and project them in, extrapolate them into time, into the future, and we're able to be profitable, right? So I feel like if you're serious about investing, you're serious about trading, obviously those of you who are on this stream already know this. Those of you who are subscribed understand this and appreciate this, but I can't understand how you can make money in this space, like serious money, if you're serious about making money, like serious, right? Not losing money, not wasting your time. Why you shouldn't learn some technical analysis, because this stuff is so powerful, all right? And let's get into why, right? I look at this every day and it just like strikes me how powerful this is. Look at this. As you all know, we had our 5 waves down, okay? And then, because we had 5 waves down, we're going to get 3 waves. We don't know how, we don't know what. It can be, excuse me, it can be a simple correction. It could be a zigzag simple correction. It could be a flat a flat simple correction. It could be a complex WXY. It can be a complex WXYXZ. I repeat this every day. We don't know, but it doesn't matter. What we do know is we're not touching this shit. We're not trading this because it's not easy to trade corrections, okay? That's first and foremost, okay? And for those of you who trade, you know that knowing when to trade and when not to trade is like knowing how to grow your portfolio with compound interest versus making a good winning trade because you got skills, and then trying to trade choppy waters, trying to trade a correction, getting wrecked once or twice, and then having to start over again with a smaller account. And then finally waiting until you get back into impulsive territory, making another winning trade if you're not wrecked psychologically. And you know, it just stunts your growth. So powerful. You're making money just sitting on your hands, not trying to trade this Bitcoin stuff, right? And we said this back here. And this is why. Look at this. Look at this, right? So far we've had this A wave, right? And it was impulsive, right? That's exactly what we got straight out the gates after sort of our consolidation, our 333 consolidation, followed by our typical typical flat pivot. We got our A wave, a pivot, right? So the A wave, a pivot, and then this right here that we're getting, I may be wrong, it may not be expanding, it may be contracting, right? We may be getting something like, whoops. We may be getting something like this. Who knows? Who knows, right? This is possible as well, right? I'm just kind of postulating, you know? It doesn't really matter. I'm not trading it. All I know is I'm tracking 5 legs, okay? Because we know that these triangles give you 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, right? There's 5 legs of 3 waves each. So whether it be contracting or expanding, whatever, I'm just going to track it and I'm just going to wait. Once I have that last leg of E, I know it's go time, yeah? And also, larger context, I know I'm dealing with a B wave, okay? So, my question to those people who are so convinced that this is a bullish breakout, what kind of bullish breakout, the second it breaks out, starts consolidating something crazy like that? There's nothing bullish about it. It's obviously corrective. It doesn't matter if you study Wyckoff. It doesn't matter if you study Elliott or Gann. Like, just basic understanding of price action, just it bears sort of witnessing that there's nothing impulsive about this action. It is by definition corrective because it's consolidating, okay? And it's not like consolidating within an impulsive move. It's consolidating outside of an impulsive move. This is more impactful. This is taken more time. This is larger than this. This is in the minority. So if your impulse is in the minority, if your impulse is sort of, if price action spends less time being impulsive, more time being corrective or consolidative, then obviously you're in a correction, right? So this is how, you're never going to be 100% right? We have a theory. We think that Bitcoin just hit a first wave of 5 waves down, and it's in a 2 wave, right? But in technical analysis, it's all probabilistic. We think that we're correct, right? Everything points to that. But there's so much evidence, a preponderance of evidence that's just yelling, this is exactly what's going on. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Yeah? So A, B, C. So I'm just counting 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It looks like this C wave is going to be over. If it stops here, then I know it's probably going to be, we're dealing with a what's this called? Contracting triangle, okay? If it dumps down here, I know we're dealing with an expanding triangle. It doesn't matter to me, right? I'm not trading it because I wouldn't be able to tell what kind of correction it was, right? So it'd be silly to put money, my capital on the line. Where would I set my stops? Where would I set my targets? I have no idea what this is doing. And I don't have to know. That's the power of sort of this system, Elliott wave specifically, it doesn't matter. And if you have good trading discipline, you set your rules, you're not trading this. There's no way you're trading a triangle. It's too choppy. It's literally choppy. It's too chaotic. So just wait. Make your entries. And so it's important, even though we're not trading Bitcoin, it's important for us to know what's going on. Why? Because everything else in the space, literally everything else, follows Bitcoin's, the beat of Bitcoin's drum, okay? So once it's finished, this B wave, then what can we expect? We can expect this larger ABC to resume. And this C wave, let's say we stop here, okay? Something like that. This C wave we know is going to be impulsive. Then if we're in a long or we're looking to long, we know it's go time. We know Bitcoin will allow it. Right now, if you go in a long, guess what? Nothing's going to happen because Bitcoin's still consolidating. It's still correcting. It will not allow it, right? That's the beauty of our cryptocurrency market. You kind of have to just follow one coin, right? That's the whole thesis of this channel. You follow one coin and you have a good handle on what everything else is doing, okay? So now that we got Bitcoin, right? We have a general idea, all right? It's printing a triangle. What kind of triangle, we don't know, but we'll figure it out, right? We just need to give it a little time. Once we get to the fifth leg, we start making our entries for longs, okay? And then we go to what we're longing. So we've been trading Link on this channel. And so let's go into Link really quickly. I know I didn't put that in the thumbnail. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't remember what I put in the thumbnail. Anyway, I'm looking to make an entry on Link because I just made 140% or something like that on this move, and I took profit up here. Now I'm looking to make another entry as it consolidates or it corrects. Okay, where is it going to correct? More than likely, this pattern, this M top, is going to break down. Give me my line, please. Actually, let's go into smaller time frames. Okay, and let's leave that on. More than likely, this is going to break down, okay, and it's going to give us a target of the top of this pattern from the side of breakdown. Now we know we can't get that. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we can't get that. Why? Because this is a one wave. This is the first impulsive wave, and we know that these impulsive waves come in sets of 5, and we know that the first wave cannot correct by more than below the 618, right? It can't go by too much more than the 618. So, and just looking left, you see all of that support. It's unlikely that this target's met, okay? This is, again, one of the limitations of pattern analysis, right? Pattern analysis would state that you're getting this target, but we all know that it's unlikely that this breaks. So if 618 is the limit, more or less, right? You can get a little bit of wicking below it. I'm anticipating to take my to make my entry. To make my entry for Link for my next go round for the third wave, which is going to be the longest and most impulsive. And if our end target is 60, it most likely will be an expanded third wave. So I'm gonna ride this, till the wheels fall off. So I'm gonna make a nice entry here, like on this bed of support, most likely at the 618, right? And set my stops at around here, below all of this price action and below the halfway point of the 618 and the 786. And so that's basically my next trade setup for Link, right? And it's looking good. Looking at the RSI on the 15-minute, it's at the bottom pretty much. It's going to be at the bottom. Excuse me. Larger time frame, I'm not really worried. I think The fact that the 4-hour RSI is overbought is okay. It'll come down a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Looking at the 1-hour, it's coming down. So I anticipate that by the time Bitcoin's finished consolidating and Link is finished kind of moving down to the 618, this will come down even more below 50 on the RSI, on the stochastic RSI, and give us a bullish cross. So that's basically what I'm looking for Bitcoin. Hopefully this doesn't happen too late, because one thing I hate is having to make an entry when you're fighting sleep, right? You're like, I want to make this entry. It happened last night. The entry, I made an entry at like 1, 2 a.m. I'm like, I just want to go to bed. And you really have to stick to your rules, because you're like, okay, I take entries. I'm a discretionary rule-based trader, meaning I don't like, if this happens, then I always do this. No, I use my analysis. I use my, kind of interpretation, my discretion. And the rules are principles. They're not rules. They're principles. They're guidelines, and I follow them. And on the balance of probability, when I follow them, I'm profitable, right? So that's discretionary-based trading, right? It's hard to follow your guidelines and principles when you're tired. You just want to just make the entry and forget about it. And I kind of did that yesterday, and I made the entry way too early, and I had to monitor it because price was going against me, and what I had to do was I had to keep laddering in to lower my liquidation point. That wasn't fun, but that's why trading is challenging, right? Because sometimes you're tired and you're not ready to do this high performance activity that it is. Okay, so that's pretty much Link. Okay, let's move on to the stuff that I said I would cover in the thumbnail. So I think I said ETH. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to show you something really cool about ETH. I don't look at ETH much. One of the reasons being, ETH seems overbought to me, right? It just seems gone, and that's just my sense, And honestly, I hadn't really charted it, and charting it is interesting, and I'll tell you why. 1 second. Have you ever thought of? Do you ever think that last year, a few months maybe a little more than a year ago, ETH was under $100? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of the fact that ETH 100x'd in about a year? Isn't that crazy? And so if it can go 100x in a year, it can correct that much as well, okay? So let's look at ETH on the monthly, actually. So you see Ethereum is basically in a B wave. Everything's in a B wave. Because Bitcoin's in a B wave, everything follows, right? This B wave for Ethereum excuse me, is interesting. Unlike most B waves that we see in our space, this one is an expanded B wave or a regular B wave. What is an expanded or a regular B wave? Subscribers know that that's a B wave that breaches the 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, typical B waves end between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6. That's a regular flat correction. In an expanded or irregular flat correction, the B wave breaches the 1, 2, 3, 6 and comes between the 1, 2, 3, 6 and the 1, 6, 1, 8. Okay? So, as I said, Ethereum in March of 2020, where are we? March of 2020, okay? This is the monthly chart. We were under $100, okay? And ever since then, we've grown to what we are now, almost $5,000, okay? So we went under $100 to almost $5,000 in the span of a little over a year, okay? That's about 100x. That's actually a little less than 100x, maybe 89, 85x, something like that. So, Ethereum is topping out right now. and I can show you why. Going on the smaller time frames, let me get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. Getting rid of this, you can see that hopefully you haven't lost your bearings. You're getting a mini A, B wave, okay? Just like the larger degree, you got an A and a B, you're getting a mini one. So this is the A wave complete. And you're working on a B wave right here. Okay, and so if you measure this A wave, just like we did for the larger degree, from the top to the bottom, you see that the 1, 2, 3, 6 of this A wave is $5,000 pretty much, right? And usually assets correct a little bit under the 1, 2, 3, 6. So it would give you a $5,000 ETH. And you know that there's such a thing as psychological resistances. Nice round numbers are psychological resistances. So that gives you a likelihood of stopping at $5,000. Although, if Ethereum decides to, again, on the smaller degree, breach the 1, 2, 3, 6 and go for the 1618, we can get something like a $5,300 ETH. In any case, you're getting $5,000, and then this is the interesting bit that I wanted to show you. Guess what the chart is saying? Let's go back log. You're getting that ABC correction, right? This is the smaller ABC correction. This is the larger ABC correction, right? We said this was B, okay? Now, what did we just say? We said Ethereum's printing an expanded or irregular flat. What do we know about expanded or irregular flats? How do you project the C wave of an expanded or irregular flat? Very simply, you take the inverse 1618 of the A wave. This is clearly your A wave, okay? Right here, right? A, B. Now let's take the inverse 1618 of this. Actually, let's use this trend-based fib extension. Okay, A inverse 1618. So basically the B wave is kind of like the retracement. Let's just say ETH hits 5,000, a little bit over 5,000, 5137. That looks okay. And go down to the 1618. Look at this. This is, I don't know. I don't chart ETH much. I just so happen to look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Can you ever imagine a $54 Ethereum, a sub $100 Ethereum? That's what the chart's showing us, okay? This is the power of technical analysis. I don't know that this will happen. I don't know, but probabilistically, looking at everything and using the paradigms of elite wave theory, we're looking in this C wave to get a $54 ETH or a sub $100 ETH. It doesn't even have to go to $54, but this isn't actually that hard to wrap your mind around. It is in our space because everything happens so quickly and we forget how far we come in so little time. Right? We forget that ETH was under $100 15 months ago. We forget. We think of ETH as being 4 digits very easily. We're very comfortable with that. And the idea of ETH going under $100 is inconceivable, but that's what it's showing, okay? So be cautious because that correction for Ethereum will be severe. And Ethereum hasn't actually had any correction. This chart doesn't have that much history, but if you just pull up any Ethereum chart, not any Ethereum chart, pull up a complete Ethereum chart with a thorough history, kind of like a Bitstamp chart, you'll see it's been riding an impulse ever since. It hasn't ever corrected seriously. Okay, this will be the first serious correction, and it'll go down to, well, since it's been like popular, since it's been like kind of like Ethereum, the Ethereum we know and love or don't. this will be the first serious correction. And when you think of your gas fees and things that, Ethereum is unsustainable, one of the reasons it is because it's so expensive, right? And the price of the asset makes it so that the gas fees are very, very high. If you're talking a sub $100 Ethereum, you don't need layer 2s anymore. Keep that in mind, right? You're not worried about a layer 2 to facilitate, making the network less congested and, paying the miners, because everybody's scared. They're liquidating their Ethereum assets. They think it's going to zero. They're not reading the chart, so they think this is the end. They don't know that after it hits this 1618, in a few short months, you're going to get a 5-digit ETH very simply, very easily, right? 15 to 20K easy, right? They're not thinking like that. But given your abilities to read charts, given your understanding of these market cycles, you can act accordingly. So when you've ever wanted to be an ETH whale, this is your chance, right? You've ever wanted to stake ETH? I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but maybe I want to, right? This is my plan. This has to be in the plans, right? So that's the cool thing. I wanted to show you guys that, that blows my mind. And most people you tell this to or show this to, right? Again, we don't know for sure, but this is highly probable. But most people you show it to that don't have any kind of grasp of technical analysis will probably just laugh at you or think you're crazy. Yeah. But again, that same asset was around that price point or close to that price point in March of 2020, not that long ago. All right. Let's get into, I said VRA. Yeah, VRA. And then I'll do whatever you guys ask. Let's see. Or let's actually read some comments first. Whoops. I actually prepare charts this time. Usually I don't. Usually I just do it kind of freestyle, but I was excited, so I prepared. I'm getting a little better. Okay. Hello, everyone. MTV, let's see if I can find a chart. Okay, multivac. Okay, I'll look at it after, but I will add the chart and I'll have a look. And then, yeah, I think, Nicholas, you'll be fine with your long orders because it looks like we're getting a sideways correction. And again, you know where to put your stops because it's a two-wave, so you should be fine. And yes, I've been leveraging quite a bit. I mean, that's just my style. I have relatively small positions, very high leverage, very, high leverage, precise swing to scalp trader. It's closer to a swing, but it's also kind of a scalp because I take profit completely. I take 100% profit. I don't ladder out. And then I make my entry again. So it's anywhere between a swing and a scalp. That's just what I'm comfortable with. And yeah, one of the reasons I'm coughing is because these charts keep me sleep deprived, and I wake up, first thing I do is I check my positions and my charts, and I get so excited that it's sometimes hard to sleep. Well, not hard to sleep as in like I can't sleep if I'm tired. It's just I'm up just reading charts, and I get up and the first thing I want to do is read charts and look at my positions. So yeah, anyway, VRA. A lot of people, this is like a cult favorite. This is one of my favorites. I have yet to take profit on this coin. Let's zoom out. Let's just get some context. Not the, well, let's see. Can't really tell anything right there. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's good. So, VRA, 5 waves up, A, B, C. Very simple, okay? And just like everything, right now, and the general flow of the market is such that most things are in this B wave, either completing the B wave, Bitcoin's in the C wave already, Bitcoin's front running everything. Some things have not even started the B wave. There's opportunity for you. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to complete it, but they haven't completed the B wave. And other things are rounding out their B wave. Okay, VRA falls under the category of one of those projects that is rounding out its B wave. So it's pretty much printing a secondary B wave. Okay, so the larger B wave is complete, right? That gave us an all-time high. So A, B. Now, the smaller B wave, we know that you always get this because price has to pivot. It has to pivot in a major way because the trend of the market is changing completely. It's going from bullish to bearish. In order to do that, it doesn't do that like kind of on a dime. It does that in one of these flat correction moves. So we're looking to take profit here, and it's likely that this B wave will retrace a little higher than the previous one, making a new all-time high, just kind of like Bitcoin did. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Let's see. So we have A, 1, 2, sorry. Yeah, okay. We have the A wave that was complete. So A, B, C. I hope you guys can see this. Let me go in a smaller time frame so we can see a little more detail and get off the log. Okay. These smaller cap coins are a little more noisy, but you can still make out the patterns. This is clearly an A, B, C, A wave, okay? Now, what I've labeled, they're just part of the B wave. So the B wave, remember, if the A wave is complete, right? The B wave also is comprised of 3 waves, right? So we're going to have A, B, and C. The C portion of the B wave is going to be impulsive. That's where we're going to hit our targets, right? Anything else is going to be choppy. Anything else is going to be sideways. So this is what we've been experiencing in VRA for about 11 days. It seems almost 12 days. It seems like an eternity, but we're in crypto, so we're in a hyperbolic time chamber of price action, right? Everything seems like days seem like years, right? And so high stressful, high intensity. So this is just the B wave that we've been in. A, B, C. That's one part of it. So that's the A of this. So all corrections come in threes. 1, 2, 3. This is the first wave. That's A of B. I'm going to erase it just so it's more clear. And then you have B of B, which is 1, 2, 3. You're working on B of B. And I hope you can see that. 1, 2, 3. This last leg should take you down, okay? To here. This is what I anticipate. Remember, we always get these types of patterns in B waves. 1, 2, 3. Also in A waves, but kind of looks like that. That's just a flat correction, okay? So I anticipate VRA come down to around 5 cents and touch these lows, and after that it's to the moon, and I anticipate it does maybe 100%, yeah, about 100% to complete this B wave. So rounding out around 9 to 10 cents, and then I'm going to take my profit. So that's my plan for VRA. But yeah, there's nothing to worry about. Just it's choppy. This is what it does. This is the B wave. It's ugly. It's choppy. It's just the nature of consolidation, right? 12 days isn't much, but I know it seems like forever. Okay, that's VRA. Now, let's go to Telcoin. And that's the last one I think I said I would do. And then we can just do whatever. All right, same thing. Let's go put the log chart on. High time frame. And you don't have, so here's something I've learned. Sorry. These unproductive coughs are so annoying. It's like you want to cough because you want to clear your throat, but it's like there's nothing to clear. Anyway, you have this chart, and it's hard to read because there's not too much price action, right? And you see this a lot in these smaller cap coins. They just, they're new, relatively speaking, to a lot of these exchanges. So it may be difficult for you to read. But this is why you track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the whole market. Okay? We know that Bitcoin has just or recently completed a B wave. What does this look like to you? This looks very similar. If you read these charts, you'll see this over and over and over again. We just saw this on a smaller time frame. This pattern. Okay? This is an A. This is exactly, even though Telcoin literally didn't exist before, whenever this was, 2018, it comes into the market and it's affected by the gravity of Bitcoin, the gravity of the market. So it automatically jumps into an A wave, okay? And then subsequent to that, it prints what looks like a B wave. That's what it's in, okay? This is why understanding Bitcoin's chart unlocks everything for you. Everything's kind of around. Some things are beginning their B wave. Others are ending their B wave. Others are kind of beginning their C wave, right? But that's essentially what you're seeing with Telcoin. It's not beginning its B wave, but it's ending its B wave. So let's take the measurement of this. We're on the monthly chart. And we're on the log. And we see that Telcoin, I think, let's take it all the way down here. Telcoin, as many projects, came up and hit around the 1236. It wicked above the 1236, okay? So I would say that this is still a regular flat correction, okay? If it breached the halfway point of this 123, or if it breached the halfway point of this fib level, then I would say we're in expanded or irregular flat territory. Not yet. This is still, to me, a regular, regular flat, okay? Now we have the context. Let's zoom in. Smaller time frame. Let's see, something like 12 hours. Again, you have your secondary B wave. Again, do you guys see this? Like, it's just patterns. Patterns. The same stuff over and over again. Obviously, it rhymes. It doesn't repeat. Every project's a bit different, but it rhymes, right? When you learn to see these patterns, there's like no chart that's confusing. You can kind of read these things fluently and know where they're going. Now, trading them, acting on this understanding and leveraging it into making money, that's another link, right? Charting and getting to the point where you can read fluently and know, generally speaking, where price action is going. Large time frame, smaller time frame, that's fine, but that doesn't leverage or equate directly to your beating the market consistently. Trading is something else you have to learn. You have to develop a trading system that leverages that understanding, that information, into consistently profitable trades. That's how you make a lot of money. You're consistently profitable, and then you build your account with compound interest. That's it. There's nothing more. Easier said than done, obviously. But the first step is being able to read the market. right? And so this is what we're doing. You have your smaller time frame A, B, C, okay? So this is your A. We saw this on a larger time frame. Again, just same patterns, same patterns. You got your little H like A, okay? So let me erase it so we can clean things up. And now you have your B wave, which has also 3 waves in it, right? Everything in corrective waves is goes in 3s. So you got your A, B, C. This is a flat or a zigzag, I don't know. And then this is a flat or a zigzag. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you have 2 out of 3 waves in Telcoin in the B wave. You know that the C wave has yet to print, and you can expect 5 waves up because you can expect an impulsive C wave, because this is A, B, C, A of B, B of B, A of B, B of B. This will be your C. And what can you expect in terms of targets, roughly speaking? Taking off the log. Taking off the log and going in to this Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's see. Very simply, we take the Fibonacci retracement of the A, and again, we measure between the 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6. And so we can expect anywhere between 6.5 and 7.8 cents for Telcoin, okay? So that would be from here a good almost 400%, okay? So that is, I mean, that's a no-brainer, and that is imminent, right? When is it going to happen? What day? We don't know, but we know that A of B is complete. B of B seems complete. It's almost, you know, there's A, B, C. If you measure, let's get rid of this really quickly. So this is A of this is B of B, right? This is A of B of B. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody with that. Let's just see. The only reason I'm saying this is let's project where C of B can end. Hope I haven't lost anybody. So A, retracement of B. This has exceeded the 1, 2, 3, 6. This should be reversing anytime soon, if not now. Already reversed, okay? So let's say this is a spot investment. You bought Telcoin here. Expect a 400x before any serious drawdown. Like, this is going to be like, oh, everybody's going to be talking about Telcoin. Telcoin's the greatest. Telcoin's amazing. But that same Telcoin that they praised, they were crying over because for 130 days, it did nothing. It literally did nothing. Imagine this for 130 days. If you're not able to read a chart, you have no idea what it's doing, why it's doing it. You think it's a terrible project. You just don't understand how to read basic price action, and that it's just going through what everything else is going through, but it's just at a different stage. Kind of like people, right? People are sometimes okay, sometimes they're immature, but they're just at a different stage in life, right? So that's what I'm seeing with Telcoin. I'm expecting it. Actually, let me throw on the log, because that's that would have to be logarithmic growth for that to happen in such a short period of time. Remember, Bitcoin would have to be in a position to allow this rather quickly. So that's why I'm going to turn on the log, and I think that'll be maybe even more, right? Let's see. From here, it could be a 450% increase. But yeah, that's a good play. Telcoin's a good play. If you're buying spot, this is a great entry, relatively speaking. When it's going to break out, who knows? But whenever it does, you just wait for it. Okay? So now let's go on to some other projects that people ask for. MTV. This is something I've been asked to do before, and I don't think I had a chart to do this before. Last time I was asked this, and I really don't feel comfortable trading things that I don't have charts on, for obvious reasons, right? That's my edge as an investor. That's my edge as a trader. So here we go. Again, it's a truncated chart, relatively new project, but given our understanding of the market at large, right? A general market overview, which basically means we understand where Bitcoin is, where it's been, where it's going. We can project that kind of information on these other projects, and we see that this is probably a mini A and a mini B, meaning a smaller degree A, smaller degree B. The larger degree A and B would have happened if it existed. I know this is kind of like some matrix, some kind of not supernatural, but it's kind of metaphysical. Why a pattern? Why these patterns play out, even though it's a new coin? You would think all the coins should start off with 5 waves up or something like that. No, they just come in, and the general gravity of Bitcoin sets their tone, their flow. It sets where they exist in their cycles. It sets their cycles. That's it. It sets their Bitcoin sets the cycles. Okay, so this is mini B, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. So very simply, you would take what you perceive as the top of A, the bottom, and you see that you're basically expecting B to end between 1 and 1236. Obviously, it can breach 1236, but we don't see that often. On the balance of probability, this is a top right here for MTV. So like 3 cents, something like that. And yeah, I don't see it going up any further. You see a bearish cross on the monthly, right? So it's going down from here. And where is it going? If this is a mini B, at the very least, we can project very simply, we can project very simply using our trend-based fib extension tool, taking A, retracement of B, let's say this is the top, going to the 1, we can expect 0.00, or we're still on the log. Yeah, we should stay on the log. 0.0000527 or something like that, right? The 1 is the conservative projection for this retracement. So, I mean, essentially, sell high, buy low. If you're all the way up here, like, it's a no-brainer. If you want to hold until it loses 100% of its value, then that sucks, You don't want to do that. That's hustling backwards. You buy low, you sell high. You gotta sell to make profit. Those kind of people who say diamond hand everything, it's just, what the hell is that? It doesn't make any sense, right? You don't want a diamond hand in a bear market. That's what everybody did in 2017, because nobody, or very few people, except the traditional finance people, some of them knew how to read charts, okay? And we didn't really understand the market. So pretty much everybody, even your favorite YouTuber, the biggest YouTube channels, most people were lucky if they sold anything on the top, at the top. Most people held until the bottom. And then I know in this space we say the bear market. This is a bear market. It's not the bear market though, because this looks like just one leg, which should last a quarter, if that. 2 to 3 months. So it's a bear market, okay? You don't want to hold that. Just let it go. Buy back if you like the project. So that's pretty much it. We've looked at Ethereum. We've looked at Link. We've looked at Bitcoin, obviously. We've looked at VRA. We've looked at Telcoin and Multivac. So if there's nothing else, I guess we'll call it a stream. Oh, don't forget to like the stream. I know I always forget to even say that, but just like the stream, please. Any other comments? Let's see. Any other comments, questions? I think you guys, I mean, especially the subscribers, you guys have skills. Like, you guys see what I see. I can tell by how you... Oh, yeah, ADA. I did say ADA. I'm sorry. That's the one. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. ADA, that'll be the last one we do. But yeah, those of you that comment regularly, I can tell, like, you guys have this understanding as well. It's not that hard to read these markets. Trading is another thing. It's another beast entirely. I don't know that a lot of people understand. People who don't trade think, well, if you know where the price is going to go, why aren't you a Brazilianaire? It's because it's not that easy, right? Developing a profitable trading system is takes some doing. But once you do, then the Brazilians come. All right. ADA, first and foremost, high time frame, just like everything else. We don't have information beyond this on this chart, okay? And this is a Phemex chart, so I'm assuming this has as much price action as we can get. This is just, I guess, so this is a seminal project in our space. You know, this is maybe top 3 project in just projecting, understanding the fundamentals of this. I would not be surprised if this was a top 2 or 3 project in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, top 2 project. It's so fundamentally bulletproof, right? Yet and still, the chart looks like this, right? Like, you talk to traditional finance people, they talk about, you know, back testing 75 years, 80 years, 100 years of charts. I can't see beyond 2020 or earlier than 2020 for a project that's so, like, synonymous with crypto. That's just crazy to me. This is how early we are. All right, so ADA. Again, we have a truncated chart, but it looks like this is on the balance of probability a B wave, okay? Is it a mini B wave? Is it a bigger B wave? We don't know, but it's a B wave. The thing that hurts is we don't have an A wave. So let's try and see, because without an A wave, we know we can't project a C wave, right? Let's see if we can't find a better chart, or if that's like the best we have. Coinbase. Didn't Coinbase only recently do? Yeah, see? ADA's... There's not much. There's not much on it. Looks like this is as much as we have. What hurts about this is we don't have the drop, right? Because we don't have A, we can't project C. We can try. We can try. We can say, we can assume, we can kind of estimate that A was something like this, right? What am I doing? This is just horrible. I don't need to do all that. Let's just draw a line, okay? So let's just assume that A did that, something like that, okay? And we're in a B wave, and it looks top-ish, to be honest. We're on the monthly chart. Let's go on the week. There's just so little price action that, you know, there's not, if you go on the monthly, the stochastic RSI doesn't have enough price action to print. That's how little price action there is. Okay, this looks to me, if I had to put money on it, Actually, I thought I marked up an ADA chart before. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Maybe I did in my mind. I was marking it up in my mind. But this looks to me like we're already in the C wave. It looks to me like people are going to wait for ADA to rebound and do what other things are doing. But it looks to me that ADA already had its run. Why? All right, this A wave we don't have, right? We can't see. However, what we can see is this A wave, the mini A wave. And we know, because we look at charts 24/7, we see patterns, and we see this, and we know that it's a mini A wave, and we know that the mini A wave is necessary for price to pivot from bullish to bearish. So this is like the secondary A wave, mini A wave, secondary A wave, whatever, right? And it's clearly giving us that same pattern right here, okay? And also, characteristic of it is you see these wicks. You see those wicks. You see them all over the charts for A waves. So I know I would put money on the fact that this is the secondary A wave for ADA, okay? And that this is the secondary B wave. If that's the case, then that's all she wrote, okay? It's accumulation time for ADA. It's mark down time for ADA. This is full-fledged distribution. ADA is where Bitcoin is. It is printing, it's in its C wave in earnest, printing a 2 wave. That's where I see ADA, right? And this is it. I mean, it's not that much more complicated, right? When you're reading these charts, all you have to do is identify macro where we are, right? Is it going to be, are you waiting for a big run or are you not? If so, okay, that being said, more concretely, if this is indeed true, then this was wave 1. Okay, now let's go, we're on the weekly. Let's go and see if we can see 5 waves down. Let's go on the 4-hourly. Let's get off log, go in auto. Let's take this off for the time being. Get off auto. Let's try and count 5 waves. Okay, so it would start from here. This would be 1. Let's see. I think this would be 1 right here. This would be 2. This was a complex 2 wave. Three. Somewhere here. I don't know. Maybe it's not finished. It may not be finished. Alright, let's measure. We all know that, you know, counting 5 waves is easier said than done, yeah? But let's, obviously, a lot of indicators you can use to confirm, but just if I had to take a quick take, I would say ADA is presently still printing its 5 waves down. This is one of the reasons why it seems to be in a free fall. Okay, let's just measure this really quickly. Yeah, this looks accurate for a 2 wave, for a complex 2 wave. You had a triangle for, no, W was here. You had a ascending wedge. You had a X was a triangle. Or was it? No, X was a flat. there was a triangle within the B wave of X. So nested complexity there. And then you have you know what, it's not a complex correction because it is it's not a complex correction because it doesn't slant in the direction of the correction, right? It's going down, so it's not a valid complex correction. And in any case, this is kind of a I guess technically it's a simple correction in 2. Anyway, I think this is 2, which would mean just on the balance of probability, 3 would have to be, let's take 1618 of this. Three would have to be here. We're on the 3rd wave, likely on the 3rd wave. Okay, this is obviously, I haven't, spent any time charting this, but if I had to put money on it, I would say we're in the 3rd wave down for ADA. So, I mean, do you long it? I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't press a green button for ADA at all. This is definitely not something you long. And just looking at the 4-hourly chart, look at the RSI. I mean, it's literally telling you, like, we're nuking. Look at that. It's at the top and downwards facing. Right? I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it long, right? I wouldn't short it necessarily. I mean, you could short it, but, like, if you want to scalp and, you don't have any kind of rules against shorting things mid impulse. But yeah, that's where I'm seeing for ADA. I expect it to come down to, let's see. So on average, if you get your 3 between 1618 and 2, conservatively 5 should end around between 2 and 2236, okay? God. That doesn't make any sense, is it? Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I gotta be in log. Because I was like, 6 cents? That's pretty harsh. So let's do that again with the log. Should we do it with the log or without the log? We should do it without the log, but without the log it doesn't make sense. Did we pull it with the log? I'm a little confused. Let me do this again really quickly. This is 1. This is 2. You got to do it with the log or else it doesn't make any sense. Okay, and I would have to look at this more. Again, this is just a preliminary kind of rough analysis. So I wouldn't put too much stock into this, but I do perceive a serious downtrend for ADA. This looks like the 2nd wave here. This looks like the 3rd wave that's printing. I don't think that I believe that you can expect probably $1.17 at minimum retracement for this 3rd wave, and then 4th wave will come up and 5th wave will go down, stopping at $1. I think you get $1 ADA at the end of this 1st wave impulse. That's what I'm seeing for ADA. I don't see much else. I think, yeah, it's on the road to $1. And I think ADA's front running everything now in terms of its correction. And once it corrects and it's probably going to be one of the first sort of big projects to correct, and so it's probably going to be one of the first to turn around in Q1 of next year. That's what I'm seeing for ADA. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was useful. I'm not going to try to make the stream too long, but yeah, just keep practicing, keep reading, keep learning. That's the whole point, right? We keep getting better every day. Journaling, learning from our mistakes, trading if you trade, and yeah, that's the live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Bye.